So I've got my awful jeans. Good afternoon, everybody. It is, I don't know where I put my watch. April the something or other on a Tuesday. The something or other, what is it? 23, 24, 25, 27th? No. Yeah, 28th today. Right, it's Tuesday the 28th. You have to excuse my woolly-headedness a little bit. I'm a little bit tired. I didn't get to sleep till 4 o'clock in this morning. But welcome to Talking Bollocks. Can you see it past my shoulder in the cat? 33. The sign's looking a little bit ratty because I realised I'm running out of gold for the bottom bit. I change it every day between gold and silver, if I remember. My gold's running out and I don't think I've got any more. So we might just have to make do with silver. Yeah, I've got my new awful jeans on from Wonk Unit from Alex. Which is cool, and thanks again to Alex for letting me use his song, the Wonk Unit song, Awful Jeans, as my intro and outro. So, weather's crappy today, right? So, it's probably going to make a few of us feel a bit more bleh, or in some ways it might make some of us feel better. I don't know, because it's all a bit topsy-turvy right now, yeah? I went out, I got in at 2 o'clock this morning, and went to various places in Croydon and Merton boroughs. Managed to find 2 people that had been referred, and they were dealt with accordingly. It's very weird walking, say, so it's our choice whether we go into a park, but this park was very well lit. We didn't go much into it, although there was a man at 11 o'clock at night skipping in a children's playground, which kind of was a bit freaky, but it was cool. I guess he's getting some space from everybody. And it got me to thinking about what differences everybody is feeling right now. So those of us that are isolating with a million members of family are probably wanting some space, and those of us that are isolating by themselves probably want some company. So there's wide-ranging emotions that have a lot to do with all of the different feelings going on, right? It did make me think last night when it was colder, how shitty it is sleeping rough, especially as I knew it was going to rain, and how people stay dry. And dry, I think, warm is one thing, but dry is another thing. Really important to try to stay dry when you're homeless. Somebody thanked me last night, and I get why they do, and it was nice. But look, when I've needed help, when I've had mental health problems, and I don't know whether that will be the last time that I need therapy or help and support for sure, but when I've needed help, I've received it. And sometimes I've received it after a wait, and that has been difficult. When I had therapy as a teenager, then a young adult, it kind of was easier at that point to get the therapy I needed. But this is my way of paying it forward and giving back, however you want to describe it. It's not big or clever, it's just something that we should all do. In the whatever way we can. I'm not suggesting you all rush out and go and volunteer, but I do believe that spreading hope and love and trying to make some problems better is a good fucking way to go about living your life. I received, I've received amazing support and help over the years from different avenues, and family and friends have been amazing, and I truly believe without their support I wouldn't be sitting here today with the miserable fucking cat that's going to look like she's going to bite me on my lap like that, without them. And I think it's just whatever your community is, big or small, however you try. And you know what, if it's just giving money, then great, give money. do that too. But give money to those smaller charities. I mean, I'm not going to boss you, but I am. Give money to those smaller charities. Like yesterday, I mentioned the Music Venue Trust. These places, for a lot of people that don't have a lot of money, don't charge a lot for gigs and stuff like that. When you think about a gig, you think maybe you go to the bigger venues, and I certainly have been to the bigger venues, like the O2 and Brixton Academy, Alexandra Palace, but they will cope because they are often part of bigger companies, and the smaller places need your help right now. The smaller businesses that need money injected into crowdfunding. So I'm knackered, but I did see a bat last night, so I was really happy to see a bat. And I found that this week I'm not doing 2 nights in a row volunteering, because after my 20-minute rant last week, I think it's good to rant sometimes, right? It's that you rant and then you leave it there. Although I'm always still going to be mad that we have homeless people in this country, and everybody should be. But we were in a park, and I was quite chill. I really like the other, my colleague who is paid by the charity to go out. And we were in this park, and we couldn't find the homeless person that we'd been looking for. And we saw a bat, and it was lovely. Saw baby foxes last night as well. So the fox cubs are starting to come out. They were maybe 13 inches high, and they were running around a bush, and that was really cool. So I think having a break in between the nights that I'm volunteering, and finding things in that night that are nice things, are quite important to deal with the emotions of things not being able to help more. But I do think that there's a certain strength that comes from understanding that not everything can be positive all the time and great, but also moving forward from that and helping when you can. There are lots of ways that people make other people happy, and sometimes it's just a great big hug from a friend, or a smile, or making a new friend, or just having a fucking wicked conversation, reaching out to people. I know for some people it's going to be really difficult to reach out at the moment. Lots of people are going through so many different things, and it's all fucking weird, right? I mean, there is no book on how to manage surviving a pandemic. There's been lots of things that even just me as one person has employed. I did do one thing for myself yesterday. I went to post a letter, and the queue for the post office was fucking mental. So I had 2 letters, and one of them has to be sent guaranteed delivery. So that's still sitting on my cabinet. But I did go shopping afterwards, and I bought myself some tulips. This was after talking about my grandmother the other day. So my purple tulips have died. Sorry, pudding. No, don't eat the tulips. So I bought myself some really lovely, and I've given my daughter some as well. Some sort of pinky red and yellow tulips. I do enjoy brighter flowers. It was quite funny talking about plants and flowers. The kid's dad repotted some spider plants and babies, because we've got loads. So if anyone wants any spider plants, let me know. I'm sure it's safe to send spider plants through the mail somehow. Anyway, so we had some bigger ones that needed potting into bigger pots. Unfortunately, he took some of the soil from outside, so I woke up earlier than I wanted to today. I don't know why I woke up. I just think I was a mixture of hungry and needed a wee, and I went in the bathroom, and there was like 15, it's making me itch thinking about it, there's like 15 to 20 ants on the bathroom floor. They were going all the way down the cabinet as well, and it didn't take me long to work out they'd come down from the pot, which was quite funny. It wasn't funny at 11:30 this morning, plus one of the pets, saying no names, probably the Chihuahua Lily, had pissed on the hallway floor because it's wet. She doesn't want to go outside, and so therefore I trod in dog pee, and then I went into the bathroom because I really needed a wee, hopping on one foot with ants everywhere. And it was this, I think there's a picture there somewhere, right, of like antdom or some such weird fucking fucked up shit. I mean, for those of you that don't have animals in the house, there are so many situations, so many days where I'm cleaning up piss or puke or shit from somewhere at some point. One of the dogs is also a little bit senile, so she sometimes, I don't know that she's senile or she just doesn't realise until last minute that she needs to go. So sometimes she poos on the way to the garden. I mean, God, you don't get rid of them because they're old, right? You just keep going until they can't anymore. But it's just, this morning it was just like I trotted in pee. There was ants everywhere, and I was just like, okay, yeah, this is my life. But actually, I just kind of thought it was funny. Grumpily went downstairs and went, oh, you need to deal with the pot of spider plant in the bathroom because there's ants everywhere. And actually, I might have been just slightly over dramatic about it. There was probably, I did kill a few of them. I'm sorry, I don't like killing ants, but I mean, I wasn't going to pick them all up and release them into the garden. Sorry, ants. I was on Facebook earlier, as I am now, and there was a lovely link from a friend, Becky, who put up a link to a video that she and her boyfriend Gaz are in, who I haven't actually met yet, Gaz. So I will, I'm sure, at some point. They seem lovely couple. But they're in a video by someone called Carol Hodge, and I did remember the name of the video just before I did this because I've been waffling about ants and homelessness and tulips. I've forgotten it, but I will link it on here. There's a lovely by Carol Hodge, who is well known and in certain scenes, I guess. I don't know. I hate the word scene, but anyway, she has got a lovely singing voice and she creates really beautiful songs. I've got, I think, her older CD. I didn't realise that she's got a new one out as well, which I will be purchasing ASAP because she's really, really good. Check her out. But there's a song about how there's lots of different people in the video about how now he's feeling, and how now he's feeling very different for everybody for different reasons. And that's pretty cool, right? She's very pretty as well. Very, very pretty. I can't remember if I've met her. I've seen her at a few gigs. She also is part of the Steve Ignorant, is it Experience it's called? And she seems very lovely. But go check out her music. It's really, really gorgeous, actually. Sort of really gave me the feels when I was listening to it earlier. So I'm going to go and check out, this afternoon, I'm going to check out her album more. What I've decided to do, talking about checking out the album, is play the album while I have a big fat bath. It's not often that I have baths anymore, but I felt like a bit of a pamper session was in order. Kind of a long bath. I was going to say I would treat my hair, but I don't have much hair left. Although, I don't know if you can see that. It's growing quite a lot. There's some interesting patterns in it as well. I've not yet got bored because it's fascinating to see what it's doing where. And I'm going to have a bath, face mask, treatment on my hands and my feet, and chill a bit. I've got a really nice blue vein cheese to eat with crackers later, which is one of my favourite things. And I also always have apple on the plate, grapes, olives and chocolate, because chocolate and apple are something that I have loved since I was little. And just chill a bit before I start my Introduction to Buddhism course online this evening via Croydon Buddhist Centre. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's, I think, 5 weeks. Somebody, I think, told me 5 weeks. I'll work it out. About learning about Buddhism and meditation. And even though, as I've said before, I do meditate, I have got more interested recently in the Buddhism side of things, which is just a bit fascinating. And quite nice, actually. There's a lot of mindfulness and thinking about and actively doing how to live I just want to say reasonable life then, but I think that actually does sum it up, a reasonable life. I'm also, before I do any of that, going to nip next door and give the baby's blanket that I showed you yesterday to next door. I've washed it, although I guess they'll wash it in their own pattern, although I do only use non-bio because I got super sensitive skin, and give that to them. And I'm going to work out how to give it to them without touching the blanket since it's been washed. I'm pretty sure we're okay, but I'm also very aware that it's a newborn baby next door. So congratulations to them. What a weird and exciting thing to happen in these times. I hope you're all okay. Myself and Elliot also restarted the Saburi challenge, so we're doing it all over again. I'm not sure why I agreed to this, and I feel like there should be another challenge, but it's cool. We did 100 practice cuts yesterday, and today we're going to do 300. Although, I'm not sure where we're going to do 300 because of the rain. It might be that we have to do it in Kubatap, what's it called? Kubatish? Horse riding stance, anyway. I'm rubbish at remembering these names. It's like, as I've got older, I've had to hear them again and again and again. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. I hope you all take care of yourselves, and I hope that you find ways to live reasonably at the moment and in these times. Yeah, so I guess it's goodbye for me and the cat, who is happily sitting on my awful jeans. And Alex, these awful jeans, really comfy. They're, yeah, really, really, really comfy. I kind of feel like I'm a baker in them now. I feel like I need a chef's hat. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in to Talking Bollocks part 33. Oh, how many parts will I get up to? When will I stop? Will I just keep going? Who knows? I tell you what though, looking at my arms, I have been planning tattoos after the lockdown has finished. Yeah, looking forward to tattoos. But anyway, alright, cat's going. I thought she might be going to do something to me then, but she wasn't. Thanks, guys. Take care. Oh, look. Can you see that?